Okay. It is a paradox because before I say the person who influenced me most is my mother and my father. At the same time, I never was close to them because I was born in a big family. You see, and that means the affection or certain things have to share by the other brothers and sisters. I have eight brothers, sisters. So my relationship is to the parents almost like only have a 1/8 of the share. At the same time, I never really lived together with my father and mother that long. You see, they're always in separation. But what affects me is only a little, very small, short time or period, and happen. And I shall say I never really have a family life after 15, let's say 13 year or 14-year old, because my father went to Hong Kong, then my father and the mother separate forever. Because one separate, my father lived in Hong Kong, my mother in China. And my mother went to Hong Kong only after my father's death, just to arrange the funeral. You see, so it's very, very sad. And because of that, it's also paradox. I'm longing to have a good family, but also the worry about say my family will end like my own experience with my father and the mother. So it's a very, very strange relationship. And the same, I do have a children, right? And but one thing is clear: I don't want to have too many children. So you cannot pay that much attention and establish a good relationship. Because in the past, my experience like the children have to live like a small group of army. You see, you have to do this, you have to do that. Otherwise, everything will be out of control. So that's my view about marriage, family, and the children. See, I like a marriage. See, I never think I want to get married even before. It just happened, and not really just happened because my father-in-law, they care about me, these things. Because my wife went to American first, then I went to. And at the time, it's a very unusual. I received big scholarship, all these things. And just everywhere in the world, once you show you may have a future. And other family, friends with a girl think that you have a future. So they will come to you and would like me to marry their daughter. That's it's not really based on romance or these things. And all I can say, maybe because I know my ex-wife, you see, then she moved to America earlier. I moved there a year later. But before, when she moved to America, the family thing, that's the end of say boyfriend or girlfriend, because they don't actually I'll be able to go to America. When I receive a scholarship or this, and my father-in-law sent a friend to me and give the message if I go to America, would like me to visit her again. And regarding the children, I never really impose myself on my children's will. And my relation to my children is not very, very close, because my wife always think the way I do things, the way I think, may have a bad, not very good effect on my children. So she always think the children is her property. So in a way, she is just like a Huma, tiger mother. And she is not only a tiger mother, actually I can describe she's more like even more a tiger wife. You see, she always want the children do this, expect children do this, and also she expect the husband will do this and do that. But in nature, my rebellion character, you see, then disappoint her. She finds she cannot control me. Then have a disappointment. And the same thing, my daughter, when she's very little, described very well, because she's an excellent pianist, and very talented. But when the others force her to play piano, they decide not to play piano. See? And we expect her to be a good student, to do certain things. But at the same time, she get along. But years later, I said, for some discussion, and she said, well, I think all the Chinese mother and the Jewish mother, even Italian mother in a different way, is very possessive about the children. And they always think that children must be good and become everything. And you know what her answer to what she said to me? Is that she thinks what's wrong, especially the Jewish and the Chinese mother, or even parents, always have a great expectation of the children. Hope you to be successful, all these things. And she followed up. She said, if you don't have high expectation of me, then later on, you will not have disappointment. Then since then, I never want to express that, what are you want to be. That's the thing. And for my boy, he is much more passive and quiet. You see? And so try to establish the things. He's always very distant. Whenever I ask him any question, the typical answer is, I don't know. And you say, well, life is, you have to look at life more seriously. And then his answer is, I don't care. Then after that, if you say, no, you really cannot do that. Now you must study a little bit. He doesn't care about, especially at the university. Don't even go to the class. So we said, no, we already pay you to go to the university, very expensive. You have to think about your life in the future. Then he said, then his answer is, okay, I will try. That's the end. Then years later, only after get married, divorce, actually I'm closer to my children, because I have the chance, though we live separately in America, and I'm already in Taiwan. but we are closer. So we almost make a phone call every week to see how you are doing all these things. So we are very, very getting much, much closer.